Governor Chris Christie. We are calling voters, your friends and neighbors throughout the entire country. And if you have just joined, press star 3 if you do have a question for Governor Chris Christie. Governor, we're going to go to D right now, and it's another voter in Iowa.
Yes, Governor Christie. My question is, first, I would like to say that, we listen to all the campaign speeches and listen to what people have to say, the promises they make to the American people, and we want to believe, per se, when you tell us that you're going to do a certain thing, change a certain thing, or make possible things that we don't already have. We want to believe those things. My question is, what happens after they say, in God we trust, they never seem to ever go back to what their promises were or fulfill what they have fed the American people throughout the whole campaign? And I just would like to know, where do they go from there?
Well, Dee, I have to tell you something. I understand your frustration about that. And I think that's why people are so frustrated with politics right now in America. Because they have folks who run and say certain things, and then when they get in, they seem to have amnesia about what it is they said. I can only point to New Jersey. We made a simple set of promises to the folks in New Jersey, that we'd make government smaller, that we'd make taxes lower, and that we would try to start to create economic growth, private sector economic growth in our state, and that we would bring conservative values back to the State House. Now, you look at the record of the last 20 months in New Jersey. The fact is we've done that. State employment at our state level is as low as it's ever been in New Jersey in the last decade. You've got taxes that have been cut to try to create jobs, and now in the last 20 months, New Jersey has created 50,000 new private sector jobs while having a greater loss in public employment by percentage than any state in America in those last 20 months. We promised smaller government. We're giving it to folks. I have to tell you, I think you're going to see the same thing out of Governor Romney as president. He's promised a very simple, direct things as president, and he's going to deliver those for you. And I will tell you that I'm going to hold him to it too, because I'm out here now working for him, making sure he gets elected. I'm going to listen to all the promises he makes, and when he gets to the White House, if I think he's going off track, you can bank on the fact that I'm going to pick up the phone and call my friend the president and say, let's get going. I don't think I'm going to have to do that, though, because I think Governor Romney's a man of his word, and that he'll stick up for the promises that he makes to you over the course of next year as he pursues the presidency.
All right, before we get to our next question, I want to remind everybody again, we'd love to get you all in the loop. If you're interested, we can get you campaign updates. Somebody from our campaign will call you and follow up by pressing 1 on your phone. We will find out if you want to be reached out to through text messages, Facebook, Twitter, whatever means possible. We will do what is best for you. So press 1 on your phone now if you'd like campaign updates. Right now, we're going to go to our next question. It's Susan in Michigan.
Yes. Hello. My question is actually for Governor Romney. My name is Susan Rowe. I'm on the City Council in the city of Wayne, Michigan. It's 6 square miles with 18,000 people. We have been very, very hurt economically, every way you can think of for a small community. What are you going to do when you do get to the White House for us local communities, us small local communities? We're not a Detroit. We're not a Grand Rapids. We're not a Boston. We are just 6 square miles with 18,000 hard-working people who have worked hard all their lives, and they are losing their homes. At least on an average of 1 a day, we seem to be losing. And it's hard to talk to these people because I sit on the front lines. I'm the only one they can really talk to because it seems like everybody else has lost touch with us. So what, as a sitting president, can you do at the local level?
Well, this is Governor Christie, because I know Governor Romney is off the call and had to go and begin preparations for the debate, which starts here in a few hours in New Hampshire. But let me try to deal with that, because I think I know what Governor Romney would say if he was on the call. The type of programs that Mitt Romney wants to put in place in America are the ones that are going to allow folks in communities like yours to grow and flourish again. It's not a government check or a government program that's going to do it. It's going to be unleashing the American entrepreneurial spirit to grow jobs again, so that there's jobs growing not just in big cities but in small towns, that there's small businesses that open up on Main Street all over your town sun rising again over those times. And, that's not going to happen overnight, because Governor Romney's going to inherit a mess that was created in large part by the failed economic policies of this administration, and candidly by some of the stuff this administration inherited as well. And so the fact is, he's got a big job to clean up. But what I know he'll focus on every day is not on how government can make your lives better, but on how he can get government off the backs of the American people so they can improve their own lives through their own ideas, their own effort, their own ingenuity, their own integrity. And I think if Governor Romney's on the call, that's exactly what he'd say.
And just another reminder, you can press 1 on your phone now. We have been calling thousands of people across the entire United States with the great news that our campaign has received today, having Governor Chris Christie's support and endorsement. And he has taken his time out of his day to help us out and speak with all of you. So you can press *3 on your phone now if you'd like to ask a question, or press 1 if you'd like to receive campaign updates. Governor, we are going to go to Sydney from Missouri right now. Sydney, are you there?
Yes. Thank you very much, Governor Christie, for taking the time to do this call and for taking my question. Honesty and integrity are very important to me in our future president. Can you speak to maybe how well you know Governor Romney and what kind of a person he is?
Well, I can. I've now known Governor Romney for 2.5 years. Met him for the first time when he came to help campaign for me in the spring of 2009. I was running in a contested Republican primary for governor, and we've spoken frequently over that time in the last 2.5 years. Here's what I can tell you. First and foremost, I think the way you judge a person's integrity is to look at their family. His wife, Ann, and he have raised 5 extraordinary sons, 16 grandchildren. I met a number of the grandchildren today, and they just look like every other American family, every other good American family who cares deeply about their children's future. And you look at him and you know that this man is a good father and a good grandfather. That's the first way you judge somebody's integrity. The second is to look at what they've decided to dedicate their lives to. Now, Governor Romney had an extraordinary career in the private sector where he helped to grow jobs, to turn around businesses, turned around the Olympics in 2002 in Utah when it was getting ready to have some really difficult times. He came in, straightened it out, made America proud by putting on a great Olympic Winter Games. But after all that was done, and he could have done anything with his life, he decided to commit his life to public service at a time when he could literally just go on the beach and relax, enjoy those grandchildren. He's decided that he has more to give to his country that's given so much to him. I think that tells you a lot about somebody's integrity, too. The time when he could just walk away and enjoy the fruits of his labor, he's decided to work even harder now that he's in his early 60s and said, you know what, there's more for me to give back to America. That tells you a lot about someone's integrity. And I will tell you, he's also been a man of his word with me. Anytime Governor Romney's ever told me that he was going to do something, he's done it, and he's done it without reservation. So I give him my wholehearted endorsement, not only as a candidate for president, but also as a real good and decent person and someone who will always make you proud in the Oval Office representing our country.
Governor, I think we have time for just about 2 more questions. We're going to go to Marie in Lakeview.
And I just wanted to ask you if you know what Mitt has for a top priority if he becomes president of our United States, and how is he going to accomplish it?
Well, Marie, I will tell you, his top priority is to get America back to work. It's to get Americans in good-paying private sector jobs again, to reduce the size of government so that we're taking less of your money rather than more of your money, and to make sure that he gets rid of this colossal mess that's been created by the Obama administration in trying to nationalize our health care system. The fact is, Governor Romney, on his first day in office, will put an end to Obamacare by giving waivers to all 50 governors. And I will tell you, as one of the governors who will receive that waiver, that will be a great day for New Jersey to get a waiver from Obamacare. So those are the things he's going to do. He also will make us proud around the world. He'll project a strong American presence around the world, leading by example at home, so that America once again will be a country that other countries want to emulate. want to emulate our way of life, want to emulate the liberty and prosperity we help to provide for our people. Those are the things he's going to do, and he's going to do it by leading, by being a decisive leader. And it's going to be a great thing to watch come January 20th of 2013 when Mitt Romney takes the oath of office as President of the United States.
All right, Governor Christie, I think we have time for one more question for you. We do really appreciate and cannot thank you enough for everything you've done. I know you still have a busy day ahead of you, but we're going to take our last question. It's coming from Florida, and it's Hayden.
Hey, Governor Christie. Thanks for the question. Just wanted to ask what advice you have for Governor Romney running against an incumbent Democrat with a lot of money. What are the challenges he's going to face, and how can he overcome those?
Well, listen, Hayden, he's going to face hellfire coming from this president. Because this president has decided that he is willing to divide our country and pit one American against another in order to keep his job. Now, anybody who's made that decision, who's willing to tell the American people that the American pot can't get bigger, you have to take from people who have achieved the American dream in order to make your circumstance better, that is an awfully cynical way to approach public life and public service. So someone who's willing to be that cynical, the president has shown that he's willing to divide America in order to preserve his job. Once you've done that, there's little else you'd be unwilling to do. And so I think that Governor Romney's got to expect a very difficult, very personally hostile, and divisive campaign. But here's my advice. My advice to him has been in private, the same as I'm telling you right now. Rise above it. Rise above it and talk about the dreams and aspirations you have for the American people. Lay out your specific plan. Tell them that it's not going to be easy. That it's going to involve sacrifice from everybody. But that everyone will sacrifice together to make our country a better place. We have big problems to solve that the president has avoided. The president's avoided our debt problem. He's avoided our deficit problem. He's avoided the crisis that we have around the world because America doesn't have his own house in order at home. Governor Romney will deal with all those things as president. And I can tell you, in the end, he has the integrity and the character to stand up to whatever attacks the president throws in his direction. And he will survive those and thrive because his message is a clear and strong one that resonates with the American people. He believes in our country, and he believes in our people. And he wants to make everybody's life better, not just some. And as long as he communicates that with the type of integrity that I know that Mitt Romney has, then I'm confident that the American people will see through the smoke screen of the attack ads that will be put against him both in the primary and in the general election. And in the end, they're going to say, you know what, this is the right person to lead us through these difficult times. I think they'll come to the same conclusion I have, that of all the people offering themselves for the presidency right now, that Mitt Romney is the best person to lead America in the challenges that we face, and that they're going to give him their vote. Because certainly that's what I'm voting for.
Governor Christie, do you have anything else for us, or are you ready to go?
Now, listen, I just want to thank all the people who signed on. And I hope every one of these folks who signed on is ready to sign on as I have to be a supporter of Mitt Romney in this campaign. It's not going to be easy. The next 13 months is going to be extraordinarily challenging for Governor Romney and his family. As that last questioner, Hayden from Florida, pointed out, it's going to be extraordinarily challenging for Governor Romney and his family and for all of us who are supporting him. But if we get behind him and give him the support that he needs, he's going to be able to do what we need to have done in the White House over the next 4 years to put our country back on the right track. So I want to thank everybody from the Romney campaign for putting this together today. Happy to be of help. And most of all, I want to thank Mitt Romney for being willing to step forward and offer himself in public service at this really difficult time in our country's history. He's going to make a real difference.
Great. Thank you, Governor Christie. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day and enjoy the debate.